We have some major breaking news out of New York this morning. Mayor Eric Adams of New York City just had his home raided by the FBI and is now under federal indictment. All you need to know about this still breaking story and more coming up. And don't forget to like and subscribe to help support the channel. For several months now, the not so popular mayor of New York City has been under federal investigation. We have seen many of his staffers and campaigners be investigated for some time now. Several of those close to the mayor have even had their phones seized for information.
Well, it's now been more than a week since the home of Mayor Eric Adams' chief fundraiser, Brianna Suggs, was raided by the FBI. Mayor Adams was in Washington at the time, or at least on his way to Washington to discuss the migrant crisis with the White House. And he's been very, very critical of their response. But the minute he got to D.C., he canceled a meeting and rushed back to New York. And while neither Ms. Suggs nor the mayor have been accused of any wrongdoing right now, there are a lot of questions about his response to the raid.
That clip was from last November, and while Mayor Adams tried to sweep the issue under the rug, the investigation began to snowball over the summer. In recent months, rumor has spread that the FBI is looking for proof of foreign influence in Adams' campaign. Months of speculation finally came to a head this morning when the feds decided to do a surprise raid on the politician's house.
Federal agents are searching the official residence of New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Hours before, prosecutors are expected to announce his indictment on corruption charges. Adams' lawyer said agents seized the mayor's phone but did not place him under arrest during the pre-dawn raid. Things got started about 6 a.m. Eastern time today. The exact nature of the charges, meantime, are still unclear, but investigators reportedly are focusing on whether Adams accepted illegal campaign contributions from the Turkish government. Several top New York officials have resigned as a result of the investigation, and some reportedly are also named in this new indictment. Adams is vowing to stay in office and to fight the charges.
It is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies. But they would not be surprising. I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target.
All right, so just to recap on all of that, he was indicted yesterday. It remains unsealed. He released that video late Wednesday saying it will fight this and that it's all based on lies. And again, this morning, his home being raided by the feds and them taking his phone. This is not the first time there's been a raid related to this mayor, just to be clear. Adams again rejecting calls to step down. However, we should point out that the governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, does have the option to kick him out of office. It's a complicated process, but one that is still on the table, according to the gubernatorial powers there in New York State. We have not heard yet a fulsome comment from Governor Hochul about if she will take that dramatic route.
Now, as it was stated, Adams has been indicted, but it did not mention what for. But actually, as we were recording this video, they unsealed his indictment, and it is confirmed that he is being charged with corruption of illegal funding and foreign influence. Of course, like all Americans, Adams has a right to trial and the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. That said, however, it is good to see the rule of law work to protect our political system. Politicians with connections to foreign powers or who do not respect and abide by the laws of this country should be investigated and punished fairly if crimes were committed. We applaud the justice system of this country for its work and hope to see it continue to uphold the law of all of our politicians. We're looking at you, Donald Trump.